Hi everyone, I'm Noel Manoukian. I'm a math instructor and tutor. I'm here to answer your math questions from different subjects like algebra, trig, calculus, and so on. So if you have any math questions, you may email me at Noel Manoukian at gmail.com. Or if you need tutoring, math tutoring, you may email me as well. Um, in addition to English, I speak Armenian and Farsi as well. So I can tutor in either English, Armenian, or Farsi as well. Usually I'm very busy, but I will do my best to respond to your emails as soon as I can. Um, I get different questions, but today I've chosen one of them, which is factoring a quadratic expression. I'm gonna explain it in two different ways, and I hope that it will work for you. Let's consider a quadratic expression, something a little complicated. For example, let's look at this one. 12x squared minus 16x minus 35. And you want to factor this quadratic expression. There are different methods that you can use. One of them that I think would be easier is the method that I'm gonna explain now. If we can, for now, get rid of this 12, it's gonna help a lot because at least we don't need to think about different combinations that can give you 12. So let's rewrite this as x squared. Well, first, you can disregard the coefficient of x squared. Just consider it 1. So 1x squared, don't change the middle term, minus 16x. But now, instead of this negative 35, let's multiply this 12 by negative 35. So 12 times negative 35 gives you negative 420. So in the first step, I disregarded the coefficient of x squared. I changed it to 1. So it's 1x squared. Then I kept the middle term, minus 16x. But instead of negative 35, I used the product of 12 and negative 35, which is negative 420. At least for now, as you see here, the coefficient of x squared is 1. So now let's try to factor this expression. So in order to factor this expression, I'm going to use two parentheses. Since now I have 1x squared, so obviously I need x and x here. That gives me x squared. Now I need two numbers, here and here. That the product of these two numbers must be negative 420. And when you add them, you are going to get negative 16. Since the product is negative, definitely one of them must be positive. The other one must be negative. And when you add them, you get negative 16. I can go directly for the answer, but let's explain this in all details that how can you get these two numbers. Just you need different factors of 420 to get the numbers. First of all, let's factor 420. So 420, you know that we got I know that it's negative 420, just I need the factors. So that's the reason that I considered the positive 420. You know that 420 is the product of 12 and 35. So at least I know that this is 12 and 35. And I know that 12 is 3 times 4, which is 3 times, let's use 2 squared here. And 35 is 5 times 7. So the prime factorization of 420 is, instead of 2 squared, I'm going to use 2 times 2. Then I need 3, 5, and 7. If you multiply them, you're going to get 420. So now let's look at different combinations that you can get 420, negative 420, and then you're going to choose the combination that the sum of two numbers will be negative 16. So I'm going to start from the simplest one, which is 1 and 420. However, since I need negative 420, one must be positive, the other one negative. When you add them, you're going to get negative 16. So obviously the absolute value of the negative number must be bigger than the positive number. It means one of the possibilities will be 1 times negative 420. The product is negative 420, but when you add them, obviously you're not going to get negative 16. So I'm going to check the other factor. 420, based on this factorization, can be divided by 2. It's obvious because this is an even number. So another combination could be 2 times, divide 420 by 2, 210. So negative 210. Again, you're going to get the product negative 420. But still, when you add these two numbers, you're not going to get negative 16. Let's try another one. I told you I can go directly for the answer, but I'm just giving you all the combinations that you can follow to get the final answer. So obviously 3 is one of the factors, so I can consider the other product, which is 3 times negative 420 divided by 3, which is negative, for example, 140. Still, when you add negative 140 and 3, you're not going to get negative 16. The other one, 4 can work because 2 times 2 is 4, so 4 is one of the factors. So 4 times 420 divided by 4, 105. So negative 105. Again, when you add negative 105 and 4, still you're not going to get negative 16. 420 can be divided by 5. 5 is one of the factors, so 5 times negative 420 divided by 5, negative 84. It can be divided by 6. I have here 2 and 3. So 6 times negative 420 divided by 6, negative 70. Still, when you add negative 70 and 6, you're not going to get negative 16. 420 can be divided by 7. So 7 times negative 60. I cannot divide by 8. I cannot see the factor 8 here. I cannot divide by 9. I can divide by 10. So the other combination, 10 times negative 42. Still, I'm not getting negative 60. It can be divided by, it cannot be divided by 11, but it can be divided by 12. Because here I have 4 times 3, 12. So 12 times negative 35. So still negative 35 and 12 does not give me negative 16. Cannot be divided by 13. It can be divided by 14. I have 7 and 2 here. So 14 times negative 420 divided by 14, negative 30. If you add negative 30 and 14, let's check it, negative 30 and 14, it gives you negative 16. It means I got the numbers. One must be positive 14, the other one negative 30. So let's return back here. So one is positive 14 and the other one negative 30. However, this is not the final answer because we just factored x squared minus 16x minus 420. But this is going to help me to get the factor of the original expression. Okay, so far I got x plus 14. I got x plus 14 times x minus 30. The next step, look at the coefficient of x squared, which is 12. In this approach, you're going to divide this 14 and negative 30 by 12. 12 is the coefficient of x squared. So I'm going to divide this by 12 and divide this by 12. Then you're going to simplify the factors as much as you can. So the first factor will be x plus 14 and 12. You can divide by 2. So divide by 2, 7. Divide by 2, 6. So you're going to get 7 over 6. And then the second one, x minus. So you have 30 and 12. You can divide by 6. 30 divided by 6, 5. 12 divided by 6, 2. So it gives you, sorry, 12 divided by 6, 2. So you're going to get 5 halves. And the last step to get the final answer, you're going to multiply this 6 and x, 2 and x. It means 6x and keep the number 7 inside of the first parenthesis. And for the second parenthesis, 2 times x, 2x minus 5. This must be the final answer. However, we are going to check the final answer. So we got the final answer as 6x plus 7 times 2x minus 5. In order to make sure that everything is fine, you know that to get the original expression, first I'm going to distribute 6x over the parentheses. It gives me 6 times 2, 12x squared minus 6 times 5, 30x. And then distribute 7 over the parentheses. That gives me 7 times 2, 14x minus 7 times 5, 35. So you're going to add like terms, 12x squared negative 30 plus 14 gives me negative 16x minus 35. This is the original expression that we had at the beginning is 12x squared minus 16x minus 35. So it means that this method works. And now I'm gonna give you the second approach. In the second approach, I'm gonna use the quadratic formula. When you use the quadratic formula, you don't need to guess any numbers. So now let's do the same problem, which is 12x squared minus 16x minus 35. Let's factor this using the quadratic formula. First, you're gonna set this expression to 0. So 12x squared minus 16x minus 35 equals 0. Then you can use the quadratic formula to get the solutions of this quadratic equation. So you know that the coefficient of x squared 12 is called a. Coefficient of x is called b, so b is negative 16, and the constant number c, which is negative 35. Let's review the quadratic formula. X, 1 and 2 solutions equals, as you know, the formula is a negative b plus minus a square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. So you have negative b, negative 16, positive 16, plus minus a square root of b squared means negative 16 all squared. Be careful, negative 16 all squared, which is going to be a positive number, minus 4a 12 times c negative 35 all divided by 2 times a 12. So equals 16 plus minus square root of, use your calculator, negative 16 all squared, going to be something positive. Then you have here negative, negative, positive, 4 times 12 times 35, add them. It must be 1936 divided by 2 times 12, which is 24. So it gives me 16. Take square root of 1936, which is 44 over 24. It gives you 2 solutions. The first one is 16 plus 44 divided by 24. Simplify it, you're going to get 5 halves. The other one, 16 minus 44 divided by 24. Simplify it, you're going to get negative 7 over 6. So you change the expression to a quadratic equation. You use the quadratic formula to get 2 answers. And now this is the formula that you need to factor it. It's going to be a times x minus x sub 1 times x minus x sub 2. Again, a is the coefficient of x squared, which is here 12. So it's 12 times x minus x sub 1, 5 halves, times x minus x up to, it's x minus negative 7 over 6, which is x plus 7 over 6. To get rid of these 2 and 6 in the denominators, I can rewrite 12 as the product of 2 and 6. So instead of 12, you have 2 times 6, x minus 5 halves, x plus 7 over 6. Be careful, you have the product of the expressions. You're not going to say that 2 times the first parenthesis, 2 times the second parenthesis. Just 2 for the first one, 6 for the second one to get rid of 2 and 6. So it means you have 2 times the first one, x minus 5 halves, times 6 times the second one, x plus 7 over 6. At the end, you're going to distribute 2 over the parentheses. You're going to get 2 times x, 2x, minus 2 times 5 halves gives you 5 times, and same thing for 6. 6 times x, 6 times 7 over 6. So it gives you 7x plus, sorry, 6x plus 7. So this is going to be the final answer. This is exactly something that we did. We got using the first approach. 2x minus 5, 6x plus 7 is something that we got here. So we used 2 methods to factor a quadratic expression. In the first one, as you saw here, first you can disregard the coefficient of x squared. Instead, you have to multiply the constant number by the coefficient of x squared. Try to factor this expression. It's easier because the coefficient of x squared is 1. If you can guess the answer, you can go directly for the answer. Otherwise, you can write all the factors to figure out the answers. And then you are going to follow the instructions that I gave you to get the final answer. And at the end, you can check your final answer. In the second method, you don't need to guess any numbers. Just you're going to use the quadratic formula. And this is the main formula that you need to factor the expression. And then you can cancel the fractions by multiplying the coefficient of x squared to get the final answer. Okay, thank you all for paying attention to my videos, and thank you all for your support. I'm looking forward to hearing from you all. Again, you may email me at noel.manukian at gmail, noelmanukian@gmail.com. If you have any questions, you can email me, and I told you I'm gonna do my best to answer your emails as soon as I can. Okay, have a good one, guys, and take care.